I always go through my daily life and I see old batteries, and I always wonder, with these old batteries, how old is too old to use a battery? And today, I'm going to try to tackle that question with a couple of batteries that I found. I tried to find the exact same line, just so we're not comparing apples to oranges. I found some Duracell Pro Cell batteries, one from 2012 that expired in 2012, and one that expires in 2025. And so we're going to try to compare these batteries, see how they perform. Also these D-cell batteries, one that expired in 2016 and another that expired in 2010. And we're going to try to see the performance of these batteries to see how well they perform after all of these years. So what I'm going to do to test the performance is put this resistor, this 33 ohm resistor, across them, which is basically a very small load. It represents a current draw of about 45 milliamps. So I'm going to put these batteries in the mount. First, I'm going to try the brand new battery, which is from March of 2025. This is a AA battery. If we attach these leads directly to our voltmeter, we should see a measurement of about 1.5 volts. Yep, looks right. And that's a fresh battery. So now let's attach the resistor in series. And we can see as it's pulling a current load, the voltage dipped very little. It's still at 1.56 volts approximately. So this battery is definitely a good battery. Even under a little bit of current draw, a reasonable current draw for a battery of this size, the voltage barely dropped. Now we'll put in this battery as the same line, except from it expired March of 2012. You can see here, this battery also would meet spec, 1.51 volts without a load as we put a resistor in there. The voltage drops to 1.43 volts. It's jumping around a little bit, but the voltage does drop. And if you continue to look at this over the course of a few hours, you'd find that the voltage would continue to drop further. As the battery is drained, it would be drained fairly quickly. But you remove the load, and you'll see that the battery starts to recover its voltage back to over 1.5 volts. Now let's try with the D-cell batteries. So let's start with the relatively newer March 2016 expired battery. So this has a voltage of 1.55 volts. That's a fairly healthy reading with no load. As we put some load on it, we can see that voltage drops just a little bit as expected, but it mostly stays steady. So this battery is still probably good, one that I would use and be able to expect some life out of. And finally, we'll get to the oldest battery. This one expired back in 2010, and I'll put it in the mount. As you can see with this battery, it also, while it doesn't have a load on it, has a healthy reading of 1.52 volts. And with a load, let's see what happens. Yeah, it quickly drops. The voltage drops and it starts dropping with just a small load. And this being a D-cell battery, dropping that much voltage in this short amount of time, I would say that this is probably a battery that won't last very long, and I wouldn't probably continue to use it in my devices if they're important. If it's not important, yeah, just run it till it's dead, but I wouldn't expect this battery to last a very long time. So that's pretty much it. And one interesting result from this experiment is that even though the voltage might check out, so if you use a common battery voltage tester to see if the battery is dead or fine, it's not going to actually tell you that these old batteries are dead. It'll tell you that they're fine, but they just won't work for very long, and they'll quickly drain of their charge. And that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.